did a Gloucestershire man do last year because he was so fed up with his nagging wife? The answer? He put her up for sale.
That's right, the guy was a builder. His name was Gary Bates. I can only imagine what they used to call him when he was young. And he got so fed up with wife Donna's nagging, he put an ad in Trade It magazine last year which read, "Nagging wife, no tax, no MOT, very high maintenance, some rust." Amazingly, amazingly, he got 10 calls from punters expressing an interest. Gloucestershire. You're watching Thursday's Right Stuff with Chris Barrie, Craig Revel-Horwood and Tracy Ann Oberman. Coming up shortly, Boo-hoo, what would you do if your new lover had his ex's name tattooed on his arm? 0207 173 5555 is the number. Looking forward to your answers. But first, could nagging be good for men? New research suggests us fellas endure a week's worth of nagging from our other halves every year. That's 24/7, 24/7, right? An ear bash. Now, jeepers, 86% of fellas say they're regularly nagged. 1 in 5 claims it happens all the time. Number one cause? We haven't helped you tidy up. Other causes? We haven't helped you do the washing up. We stink of booze and we're not looking after ourselves health-wise. Now, we men might not like it, but your nagging appears to work, because statistics tell us 44% of men cave in after just 60 minutes of nagging. Another 21% will do as ordered after 2 hours. Now, apparently the mental fatigue generated by a continuous stream of orders leaves men open to persuasion. We need nagging because we're easily distracted, and we have to be bullied to keep on the path, I know, to righteousness. 83% of blokes admit their partner's right to have a go. Wusses. What I say is, why nag him over and over and over again to put up the shelves? Just do it yourself, right? Do men need nagging, Chris?
Yes. But then there's a way of nagging, and me and my wife have developed this system that she's got to go through the right diplomatic channels to actually nag me about, you know, stuff that's been left on the floor. It is tidiness. It is, you know, me not picking... But we have the Encyclopedia of British Hit Singles. I always get it out when my kids sort of say, when was this a hit, you know, and I just leave it lying around, and she hates that. She sees it, and she sort of comes after me for it, you know. So I call her the War Office when she gets like that, because it is like that. But, you know, by the same token, it's been that sort of, Chris, do you think you could maybe do that at some point? So she's developed a good technique on me, you know? But
that can be very annoying, isn't it, that gentle nagging? Do you think, because it's almost sarcastic?
Because if I say, do you think you could take those horrible plastic bags off the door handles? She goes, don't you ever talk to me like that!
Whoa. You have plastic bags on your door handles?
Yeah.
To stop them getting dirty, or you hang them down as little mini litter bins?
Well, to put in the plastic tops for the charity at school.
OK.
Really nice. But they're on the door handles, which is bloody irritating.
So soppy. Revels, do men need nagging?
I think they probably do. I do suspect that. I mean, I don't like being nagged.
That doesn't surprise me, darling.
No, I really don't. Because I like doing things in my own time, you know, and...
You're a busy man.
I am indeed. But I think, you know, I think it is... The stats are right, really, for it, aren't they? That if women didn't nag men, they wouldn't go and see a doctor about certain issues. They probably wouldn't do things that they, you know, that they're meant to do. So I think there's good and bad, and I think some men actually like it. To be honest, you know, there's that sort of, oh yeah, I'll let her say it 10 times and then I'll do it. You know, it's that sort of. There is that opinion in some households. I know my father, you know, used to do that with my mum, and literally until she got the Wiltshire Stay Sharp knife out of it, and had it at his throat, you know.
Little snapshot into Rebel's happy childhood there. You can read more of it in his brilliant autobiography.
All balls and glitter, darling. The #1 bestseller.
It's worth more than a cupcake by English standards, I have to say. And finally, Tracy Ann, you'd never nag. You're too nice.
Actually, I'm not a nagger.
He's the nagger.
No,
He's
I'm
the
not.
nagger.
I come across as high mate. He is a nagger. He's quite OCD.
I was going to say, because I am quite OCD. I am the nagger at home.
He sends me emails. He doesn't nag. He said, I get emails with things. But can I just say, nagging wives are made, not born.
No.
They are. I'm sorry. Men have selective hearing.
Learned behaviour from mothers.
No. Ooh.
Learned behaviour. They hear their mothers nag, they see how it works, they say, I want a slice of this too. We're told women are the fairer sex, that men are in control, but we know that through nagging, women are in control.
Men have selective
and men
hearing.
are victims.
Men have selective hearing and they have no sense of urgency unless it's their own thing, hence the emails. So it's like when you're barking orders at us like we're your PAs, that's really important. But when we ask you to do something like take the plastic bags off the handles, as unimportant as it may seem to you, but the time we've asked it 7 times, it's slightly infuriating.
There was one other thing in the introduction which said that women can't express their own feelings directly. That's why they nag.
Substantiate that.
Well, I don't really. I don't really understand that. It's the way you express. You can't say what you really want.
Oh, I see.
Therefore, you say lots of other things as a way of not saying what you really want.
So what you want to say is, you never listen to me, you're useless. From the day I've married you, I have a high-pitched voice that you don't hear. You're a selfish, horrible, nasty mess. So what you do is you just nag and nag about taking
Here's
the plastic
Kirsty with the calls.
We have
Kirsty.
Jane on line 1.
OK, Jane, good morning.
Good morning.
A very unfortunate name, Jane, because that is the name of my ex-wife, and she knew a thing or two about nagging. What do you know about nagging, Jane?
Well, the thing is, in my marriage, my husband nagged me, and I was left with no self-esteem. So men are perfectly good at it. It's what women are.
See, you are a nagged wife.
Yes, but the thing is, I met someone else during my marriage, and I've been nagging him for years to get in touch with me. And I realised that nagging, I've gone from one extreme to the other. Being walked over, and then I've been nagging someone too much. So I've got to face now that he doesn't want to get in touch with me. So I'm taking a back step and keeping my mouth shut.
It's all worked out, darling. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
We got it sorted.
I think.
You think you're on ITV, don't you? Thank you for the call, Jane. Let's have another.
Thank you. On line 2, we have Pete.
Peter, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've had to take bags off door handles. You know, we have to correct our ladies, but she corrects me. And if it wasn't for her, I'd be a couch potato. The house wouldn't be clean. It wouldn't be empty. It's worth it. Have a good lady. You should value her.
Thank you.
Traitor. Let's have another, please.
Next, we have Stephen on line 3.
Stephen, good morning.
Hello, Matthew. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Do you get nagged, Stephen?
Yes, and as far as I'm concerned, all women have a nagging gene and a tidying gene.
And a tidy gene? Not all women have a tidy.
Why it is when they tidy, they don't tell you where they put stuff inside a box, upstairs in the cupboard. It drives me absolutely crazy. And when they nag, when my darling wife Sharon nags me, I have to go and lie down in a dark room with all questions.
Well, for a bit of peace, you're lucky. You're lucky to have a dark room. Oh, dear. Why you got the curtains drawn? You can't have the curtains drawn. Open the curtains, open the curtains. Let the light in. I don't want to. Let the light in. The house looks dirty. Nag, nag, nag. Nag, 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 nag. Thank you for the call, Stephen. Yeah, suddenly it felt like being in the 1970s during that part.
I don't know.
But sometimes it's really good to let them nag, sort of vent out all the nagging. Come on, let more, because then you can, you know, you've got sort of the upper ground if you want something from them.
But do you think so? I think there is something that perhaps it's their way. If they're feeling angry and frustrated, they're not going to come home and say, "Oh, I feel angry and frustrated. They really got to me." They just take their anger and frustration out on you by using your shortcomings around the house as a stick to beat you with. That's
It's
what I say.
unbelievable, isn't it, that in 20 we're having this debate. It's just incredible.
Well, after you've just had, why do women have babies?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see how we fare with our next phone-in, which is, what would you do if you discovered your new boyfriend or girlfriend had his or her ex's name tattooed on his arm? Would you order him or her to laser it off and make them cover it over with a new design, or just try and ignore it? 0207 173 5555. That's the number for your stories, of course. What if it wasn't on his arm? What if it was on his bum, or worse, across his heart? Your calls are nothing but after these ads.
How long did Paris Hilton's relationship with Nick Carter last after she had his name tattooed on her bum? 3 minutes, 3 days, or 3 weeks? Find out in 3.